So today we're reviewing the Tycka portable 65-inch aluminium alloy travel tripod, model TK101. This comes in a very sturdy box, and inside the box we've got the tripod, which is in a nice carry case. Good thing is that on the back of the carry case we've got an adjustable strap, so it can be carried over the shoulder for ease of carrying it about. Decent zip, and then inside we've got the tripod. It is shipped with silica gel sachets to keep it nice and dry. So we've got a tripod. Get that out of its bag, and then we've got a couple of additional packages. So we have the instruction leaflet. This gives us the full spec of the tripod and the various uses of it. It is worth going through this because this is a very flexible tripod. It will do a lot of different things. We can get it very close to the ground, we can get the legs spread far apart to make it very stable, we can take one of the legs off to make it into a monopole. So there is a lot of useful stuff here, worth going through all of this detail before heading off. You shouldn't need them in normal use, but there are a pair of Allen keys. These are for the Allen bolts that hold the legs in place. So we shall put those away. We've also got an extension tube and the bolt that's used to attach it to the end of the leg piece. So that would go in like that, and then you've effectively got an extension. Now, I've not had to use that yet, but it is there and included. So onto the tripod itself. You've got 3 legs. 2 of them are identical because they are solid all the way up from the top hinge, and then you've got a third which is different because it's got the foam handle on it, and as it says on the side, it twists to release. So if we take this one off and use this one to show you, this is the one that can be used as the monopole, and then at the bottom we've got these rings. So these are the locking rings. Nice smooth action, and we just twist back to lock that again, and a decent rubber foot on the bottom. So as you can see, that has gone from being a reasonably short leg into being a very long monopole, and the same is true for the other 2 legs. It's just that they cannot be removed. So turn those back up again. There we go, quick and easy. Now screw that leg back on again. Another feature of the tripod is that when it's in its bag, its legs are actually inverted. So what you're looking at the very top here sits underneath in the middle when it's standing the right way around, and this here is a useful hook for adding any weight that you want onto the bottom of the tripod. So if you're in very windy conditions and the tripod is likely to move, it is possible to add extra weight just to keep that tripod perfectly still. If you're taking long exposures, that's very handy. So if we turn the legs the right way around, as you can hear, that clicked then, clicks again, and clicks again. Now do that with the others. So when the legs are at their first angle, this here actually locks into the leg, so you can't go any further out. But if I tip the leg back in slightly, press that button and release it, I can go to the next angle. If I push it in, release it and do that again, I go to a third angle. So as you can see, that's locked in the third angle, which makes that leg very wide. So if I want a very, very stable, very low shot, I can do that with it. So also another feature that we've got here, we've got the ring that secures the centre tube, so we can drop the centre tube, raise it and lower it and tighten it where we want. And on top of the lot we've then got the head. So we've got two adjusters here. This thumb screw controls us locking it in a position, and we're graduated all the way around this ring in degrees, and we've got a marker so we can lock it where we want it. And then when we are where we want it, we've got this adjuster which loosens the ball head. Tighten it again, nearly locked, fully tight, and it is locked solid. So that gives you full flexibility of the angle of the camera. And to help, if you're wanting nice flat shots, on the top of the plate here we've got a spirit bubble, so we can set it perfectly flat and know that we've got a nice flat shot. So the last adjustment on here is this thumb screw here, which that opens up the jaw and allows us to remove the top plate. So this top plate has usual tightener underneath, so we don't need any extra tools, and we can leave that on the base of our camera if we want to, not having to keep removing it. Leave that on the camera, and then that means that when we want the camera freehand, that's easy, and then we want it stable on the tripod, we just need to slide it into the holder on the top and do the thumb screw back on the side. There we go, tighten that back up, and that's now solid on the top. Even if it's not 100% tight, there are bolts at either end which prevent it from sliding out, so you don't need to worry about that. You've got to fully undo that and then lift it out in order to get it out. So one final feature of this tripod is that if we are wanting to shoot macro photography, which I do, then sometimes it's very helpful to be able to get the camera very close to the ground. Now that often means not using a tripod, because tripods are generally for getting up to about eye level, but with this tripod we just set those legs apart. What we can do here is use the tripod upside down, and now our camera, although our camera will be upside down, we've got a nice stable platform and adjustability of our camera, and we can adjust how close that is to the ground or raise it up. But there are not that many tripods that will do this straight out of the box, so it's a very handy feature. So there we go, that is the Tycka portable 65-inch aluminium alloy travel tripod model TK101, and that is my review. Thank you.